Missile defense. North Korea's successful test of an intercontinental ballistic missile has everyone talking about missile defense, and the fact that the US doesn't seem to have one that could stop a madman like Kim Jong-un. You can blame anti-missile defense Democrats for this. Shortly after the North Korea test, Politico ran an article pointing out that the Pentagon and its contractors still haven't figured out how to reliably shoot down an intercontinental ballistic missile. The Washington Post noted that after spending tens of billions of dollars, the system has never faced combat or been fully tested. The Missile Defense Agency did in late May destroy a mock ICBM launched from the Marshall Islands with an interceptor launched from the Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. But the system has failed in previous heavily scripted attempts. And MDA Director Vice Admiral James Syring told a House committee recently that "I would not say we are comfortably ahead of the threat. I would say we are addressing the threat. What no one commenting on this troubling gap mentions is why it is there at all." News accounts are quick to point out that $189.7 billion has been spent on missile defense since President Reagan announced his vision in 1983, which is supposed to seem like a lot of money spent for little return. But that doesn't tell the whole story. The truth is that the country would be well ahead of where we are now on missile defense if Democrats, including, most recently, President Obama, hadn't spent the past 30 years trying to derail the project. As soon as Reagan announced his Strategic Defense Initiative, Democrats blasted it as a waste of money and mocked it as a Star Wars fantasy. When Bill Clinton took office, one of the first things he did was cancel the missile defense program he inherited from George H.W. Bush to instead focus on theater defenses. And over the course of his 2 terms in office, Clinton continually delayed progress on development and deploying a national missile defense system, according to a Heritage Foundation report in September 2000, which called his record perhaps the single greatest national security failure of his administration. In 2001, George W. Bush reversed course and started investing again in missile defense. In fact, the MDA's annual budget under Bush more than doubled, after accounting for inflation, from Clinton. But then Obama took office after campaigning on a promise to cut missile defense. In his first year, the MDA's budget was slashed by 13%, and over the next 7 years it dropped another 7%, in real terms. Like Clinton before him, Obama decided to largely abandon Bush's missile defense program. He canceled the planned deployment of missile interceptors and an advanced radar station in Poland and the Czech Republic to appease Russia. He cut the number of interceptors to be installed in the U.S. from 44 to 30. He reversed this decision in 2013, after a series of North Korean missile launches. Obama also killed the multiple kill vehicle and stripped funding for 2 programs designed to destroy a missile in its boost phase. All of this cost the nation valuable time and capability when it came to building a comprehensive, layered, ballistic missile defense system, a 2016 Heritage report noted. Yet, incredibly, none of the news stories discussing the country's ongoing vulnerability to missile attack bothers to mention any of this. That's not to say that the country would have a foolproof missile shield had Clinton and Obama not shortchanged the program for 16 years. The engineering, science and technology involved is daunting, but there's no doubt we'd have much stronger and more reliable missile defenses than we do now. So let's put blame for the dangerous situation we're in now where it belongs. Related, did Trump just save NATO by shaming it? Trump should change U.S. policy on nuclear weapons. Today's Defense Department lacks nuclear weapons expertise.